Hello, booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I'm back with another video. So today, I'm going to be doing a tag. I was tagged by Tabby over at Keeping Tabs. First of all, I just want to say shout out to Tabby because she officially hit 1K, and I'm super proud of you. I wish you many more successes, and tag me in all the tags you can, girl, because I cannot keep up. It seems like tags are faster and easier for me because there's lists and there's things to answer, so they're quick. I don't mind her tagging me. I love it. So go over to her channel, check out her page, give her a congratulations on hitting 1K. And so let's get into this video. So the video that I will be filming today will be the 12 Days of Christmas book tag, and I'm gonna have to grab my handy dandy cellular device because I was gonna try to memorize the list, but your girl is not about that life. So I want to make sure I'm saying the stuff right, so let me just go grab my phone. So I have my phone, and I also have my notebook because I wrote the books in my notebook, so I'm going to have these two things. I might put my notebook down at some point because I don't want to look too, like, jumbly with everything. Matter of fact, let me just put this down. It's going to be 12 questions. I think it's based off of that song that I never know how to sing, but we got the lyrics right here, and we're going to answer these questions. So it's going to start at number 12, and it's going to go all the way down to 1. So the first question is 12. 12 Drummers Drumming, the book that got your heart beating and pounding while reading. Things are falling. Why are things falling? So the book that I chose that had my heart pounding was Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. So this book follows Monday Charles, whose best friend is missing, and she's pretty much trying to find her because she feels like no one else seems to care about where her best friend is. And it was a thriller and a mystery, and I really just wanted to know what was going on, what was happening, what the plot was going to be. So every page that I turned, it alternated between the future and the past. So I really was just like flying through this book trying to find out what the end result would be. So that's what I chose for 12. So the next one is 11. 11 Pipers Pipping, the book that you read because you followed the crowd. So a few of my books are from me watching other booktubers rave about them, and some of them were a disappointment and some of them were not. So the book that I chose for this one was The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. And this one I chose because I saw a lot of people saying if you read Cruel Prince, this one will give you a little bit of the insight of the world. It follows a bit of the world, blah, blah, blah. So it's not a prequel to The Cruel Prince, but some of the characters in this book are from The Cruel Prince. And so that's why after so many booktubers and book readers were talking about this one, I was like, I might as well. So this book follows Hazel and her brother Ben. They live in Fairfield, where there's a boy that's been sleeping inside of a glass coffin since the beginning of time, and he's just been in the forest. Nobody knows how he got there, why he's there, but then things start happening, and they want to know where he came from, what goes on, and there's fae involved, and there's just all the magical things. So, you know, I wanted to grab this one because I thought it would give me more insight of the world based off of Cruel Prince. But with Holly Black's writing, it's like hit or miss for me. And this one was like kind of iffy. It was just like, it was okay. I didn't feel like I needed to read this, so this is what I chose for 11. Okay, so number 10 is 10 Lords a Leaping, the best action or battle or fight scene you've read. So the book that I chose for number 10 was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So this book I chose because it was a fight scene at the end of the book where Star gets into a fight with her best friend after saying some very racist things. And I was just like, girl, I was reading this like, girl, just punch her. And she ended up punching her, and they got into a fight, so I was here for it. This book, if you don't know and if you've been sleeping under a rock, the main character Star, whose best friend ends up getting killed through police brutality, and throughout this book she's battling with getting him justice and protecting herself and just being really confused about and traumatized over the whole situation. So yeah, this was a little bit different. I mean, I don't have that many books. I mean, I do have a lot of books, but I don't feel like I have a lot, and I feel like I say the same book sometimes in a lot of tags, so I tried to pick something different. So I chose this fighting scene with Star and her bestie because she deserved that punch. She deserved that fight, and that's what I chose for number 10. Where's the light? Oh, look at the light. Okay. Oh, I'm just too happy about the little light. So the next one is number 9. So number 9 is 9 Ladies Dancing, your favorite LGBTQ plus characters. So for this one I chose, this book follows the main character Simon, who is secretly gay, and he ends up having conversations with a boy through email who he doesn't know who he is. It's kind of like a secret admirer type vibe. It just follows their little story and it's super cute. Yeah, it follows the love story of this secret guy that he's been emailing back and forth with, and him understanding his sexuality and all his friends and all the high school vibes. It just was a really good young adult book. I love the movie. I love the characters. Yeah, so for my favorite, I chose this one. The next one is number 8. 8 Maids Milking, a book or series you read that milked a trend. Alright, so many to choose from. Let's see. So for this one, I feel like that milked a trend. I chose Renegades by Marissa Mayer, and I chose this one because it's just a lot of the whole hero versus villain trope thing going on, and it just was really generic for me. It was a really long book that took forever to get to the point, and I just felt like it was definitely giving me milking trend vibes, like trendy tropes. So this book literally follows heroes versus villains, so that's why I chose this one. The next one is number 7, Swans Swimming, the ugly duckling book that you didn't want to read or started bad, but it turned into a beautiful swan or fantastic read. So for this one, I didn't pick any books because all the books that I have, I didn't grab and say, I don't want to read this, and end up liking it. If it's something that I didn't want to read to begin with, I usually end up feeling the same by the end of the book, so I didn't have a book to choose for this one. The next one is number 6, Geese Laying, a truly golden treasure, the book that is the shining jewel in your collection. So for this one, I chose this cute little baby book, We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this book pretty much just dives into feminism and her experience as a feminist and just points she wants to make. It's a really quick read. It didn't feel preachy. If you know, Beyonce does have clips of her voiceover in one of her songs. I really just lived for this book. Like, it was quick, it was short, it was just making so many points, and it wasn't too preachy, so I really enjoyed this take on feminism and just her explanation of everything, and she's such a phenomenal woman. So this is one of my prized possessions. The next one is 5 Golden Rings. So for this one, it is a book that you read more than 5 times, or a book series that you've read with 5 books. So for this one, I chose the Throne of Glass series for obvious reasons. I think there's like 8 books in it, and I've read all of them. So for this, oh, look at Dorian, looking like a little snack. Okay, so for this one, I chose the Throne of Glass series because I think there's 8 books in the series, and I was a true stan over Throne of Glass, but after rereading it, it's not like my ultimate favorite book of all time, but I did enjoy it, and I actually did reread it. So I read 8 books through, and I actually reread like 6 of them when the final installment came out, so that's the one that I chose for this one. Okay, so the next one is 4 Calling Birds, the hottest and most attractive characters in a book. So for this one, I chose, gotta go over to the smut section over here. Tearing apart my little bookshelves. Okay, so for this one, I chose the Calloway Brothers series, and this one was written by K.L. Craig, and it follows these 3 brothers who are just so to die for. They're just so powerful, and they're all different, and they're just fine, and they all have their different little love stories in this, and it's just like smut-tastic, and I just live for it. It's just everything I ever wanted, and it's very alpha male-ish, so if you're not into that, then do not read the series because you're gonna hate it. But I absolutely love these characters, and their brothers were just fine, and just their last name Calloway just gives me life, so that's what I chose for sexy characters. The next one is number 3, 3 French Hens, the most expensive book that you own. See, it's always going to be the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, and it's the illustrated version, so it has all the pretty illustrations, and it's really thick, and I still haven't read it. It's really just like collecting dust on my shelf, but it's so beautiful, and I want all of the editions. Like, I'm usually not one to get more than one type of edition, but I really love this, so yeah, this one was a little expensive. How much was it? $40. I paid $40 for this, and no regrets. So the next one is 2 Turtle Doves, the best romance or love story that you've read. And so for this one, I chose Night of Cake and Puppets by Lonnie Taylor, and this one is like a spin-off of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, which follows the main character's best friend, Susanna, and her love interest, Mick, and how they fell in love, which is so precious. I absolutely love this freaking book. Like, they have so many like illustrations and cute little things. I just love this book so much. Like, I'm feeling really sappy. Like, I feel like I should reread some of these. But I really, I love this book so much. It was so cute. It was magical. It was whimsical. It was just precious. I wanted to give them all the hugs by the end of this book. It was quick and it was fun. So this was one of my favorite books. Right. And the final one is The Partridge in a Pear Tree. Your favorite, most awesome, badass female character. And this one is a no-brainer. Okay? Obviously, I'm gonna choose my girl Manon. All right, and this picture hurts my heart after reading it for other reasons. I'm gonna hold it in. So obviously, I'm gonna choose Manon, who is my queen, and I literally just want a book about Manon. Like, can we just have a spin-off of Manon? That's all I want. She's now my favorite character of all time. All I want in life is Manon. So I chose Manon because she's just so cutthroat, but she actually had the best character development for me in the Throne of Glass series. I felt like she grew a lot as a person, and she took risks and took on the responsibilities of everything that she had to as a witch, and she just was everything to me. And I love this picture so much. She just looks so fly. I stand. But yeah, that's who I chose for this one. Okay, so that is the end of this tag. That is all 12 of the costumes, and I put all my books back as I went, so hopefully my shelves don't look too much like ass right now, but that was fun, and I'm not sweating, and everything's good. The tiara is still on. So, thank you so much, Tabby, for tagging me in this tag, and again, make sure you go to her channel to give her a big congratulations on hitting 1K. Thank you guys for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you guys next time.